first encounters using a three-man militia. I call it a meet and greet team. Okay, their specific job is they will be the first to encounter anyone coming into the area, whether it's one or a group, a multiple group. There are certain mannerisms you should use when you're approaching new people. Okay, now the first thing is you have to be properly armed. You're going to have 3 of you in a team, and when you come out to approach, there'll be 1, there's 2, and then the one that does the talking. Okay, the best is all will be armed with AK or ARs. All 3 will be armed with that. Plus, they're going to have one handgun. One handgun. And now the distance between them will vary. No closer than arm's reach, but they should be out further, depending on the area that you have. Okay, now as you make contact, you should be contacting 1 up to 3 others. Any more than that, if there's like 6 or 8 that you're talking with, you stay way back. You stay way back when you make encounters. It's not polite to outnumber the people that you're coming up against. In other words, if there's 6 or 8 of you and you're coming up to this position and they send 3 out to talk to you, it's not polite to have 6 or 8 to come up to them. So then that's the reason why you stay way away from them, because you don't know what they're planning on when they come up like that. They should only send 1 or 2, at the most 3 will come up to greet your 3. So also, when you come out, before this meet and greet team comes out, you have to make sure your snipers are in place, because they're the ones that are going to be watching your back and the flanks. You're going to need some kind of hand communications. They should be able to read your communications from behind you. And so, in other words, when you come up, whatever hand signals you have should tell them information about what's going on, whether your hands are dangling down to your side, behind you, or stuff like that. Somebody with binoculars or something should be able to read your language, whatever it is that you're trying to get across to them. Okay, as your team, your 3-man meet and greet team comes out, the first thing, you need to have control of the talks when you first come out. Okay, so right when you first come out, the one that's doing the talking will introduce himself. Now, it's best when you introduce yourself as authority. Now, the way to do that would be like, let's say I'm the one that's coming out. I'm going to be the speaker of the meet and greet group. Okay, I'm going to come out. I'm going to introduce myself as Captain Mike Maw of the 3rd North Kansas City Militia. Just that statement itself will strike fear into whoever it is that you're coming up against. Now, it doesn't, even if it's military or police or whatever it is, drug gangs, it doesn't make any difference. Whoever it is you come up against, just that statement alone will strike fear in them. Okay, now the reason is everyone knows the militias are a bunch of armed people. Okay, now when I said I'm captain, all right, that tells you I'm already a person of authority of the 3rd North Kansas City Militia. That tells you there's more than one militia. I'm captain of the 3rd, and you can, I'm using Kansas City as an example, but whatever town you're in, that's the name that you would use. So then, in other words, you are part of a much larger group. So now, right there, these people, they've lost all control over the situation. Doesn't matter what they had planned that they were going to do to you, it's all gone once you made that statement. Then you follow up. With, I'm in the position to offer you medical attention if need be. Okay, by making that statement, already says that I have authority over the medical attention. And that is why you hear me talk about on the 3-man militia, the first thing you do is start learning first aid. Because right there, I've struck fear in you by telling you that I'm part of a group. And then I let you know that I can offer you, I'm the authority on offering you medical attention. Okay, so in other words, now I've struck fear in you and I've showed you that I'm willing to offer you help. Okay, now I've got control of the talks. And from this moment on, I will be able to ask you questions. What's your name? Where are you from? How many of you are? You save that question for the end. And the reason is you ask all these questions. Who are they? Where they came from? Who did you see on your way? Where are you going? Why are you in transit? You ask them all this stuff. And then when the last question you ask is, how many of there are you? And they're going to lie. The rest of the stuff, hopefully they're going to be telling you the truth. But when you come to the last question, how many of you, they're going to lie because they don't want to tell you, well, there's just us 3, or just me by myself, or, they're not going to tell you that. They might have 8, 10 back behind them somewhere, so they're not going to tell you the truth. So, but watch their expression. And if their expression and their body language doesn't change, then everything they were telling you ahead of time may have been a lie too. And you judge people by how they talk and stuff like that. Because I say, if they've been honest with you, you may be able to offer them further assistance besides the medical attention. Okay, now the medical attention itself, when you go to offer medical attention, the way to do it is you have your secured area, whatever your secured area is. Okay, you have a place in your secured area where you can go in. Let's say this is the main way to get into your secured area. But you have another place over here. Now right here, it'll be blocked off, and what you'll do is you'll take anybody that needs the medical attention, and you'll take them into this area where you can give them whatever kind of services you need without letting them see what's exactly is in your area. So you have, and at the same time, you've got control over this area. Now, these people that are allowing you to take these people in, they will probably come over here and stay here, but you've got the advantage on them. But all you're doing is giving them medical attention without showing them everything you have under your control. Now, I travel around and I come up against lots of different types of people, and it was under weird circumstances. Some are after a disaster, and I'm coming up against bandits, rebels, military, police, and all this type of stuff. When I come in, I'm by myself. I'm usually, it's me and my dog on the motorcycle, and I introduce myself as Hoi Chi Master Mike Maul. And what I do is pain control. And right there, it tells them I am not a threat. And I'm honest about the whole thing. It doesn't make any difference to me. Yes, I am a master in the pain control, but it's not only take away pain, but also I can give out the pain. It just depends on what it is, because I'm armed and I'm ready to do whatever I got to do. I'm not looking for any trouble. I am looking for, like I say, shelter, looking for food, water, and in exchange, I want to help people. So I've got something to offer, and this tells them that once I introduce myself. As a three-man meet and greet team, and you've introduced yourself, and you've said what you're in a position to offer, and then you ask them questions, and then you go on, you tell them, or you're asking them what it is that they need from you, and then you don't want to obligate yourself to anything, but now you've already filled them out. You've got some kind of idea what it is you're getting into, and now you can excuse yourself and go back to talk to the other people that are really in charge, because, like I say, you're just part of the meet and greet team. And now you never turn your back, and you walk backwards, and you tell them that you'll meet them back here and in 30 minutes, or you ring a bell or you blow a whistle or something like that to let them know that you're coming back out again. So that's when you go back and you discuss with the rest of the team what it is that's going on, what the situation is, and be aware that they're setting you up too. They may be trying to figure out how they're going to come in and get you. But like I say, if you act right, this will really cut back on the chances of them wanting to get aggressive. The Marines, they have a saying, and it's be polite, act professional, and be prepared to kill everyone that you meet. And that is exactly the attitude this meet and greet team needs to have. You don't point your weapons at anybody, but you keep them at the ready, and you're ready to go. And expect the people that you're talking to be the same way. So you be really polite, and you communicate the best you can with them. And because we want to make this a good experience for all. If you're getting too mean and too nasty, you will bring the aggression out of them, and then that will make them want to try to take what you have.